Welcome to Tea Time. I am Denise. I want to thank you for joining me for yet another Tea Time with Denise. I am here with Kiera today. Hey, Kiera.
Hi,
Who are you?
I'm Kiera Allen. I am from a small town in northern Indiana, Anderson, Indiana. I came here for college. I went to USI with a major in sociology and criminal justice. Currently, I am working at a nonprofit law firm, Indiana Legal Services, as a paralegal. I also have my own small business. So I do makeup for freelance, and then I have some things coming out in January.
Yeah. So this is secret stuff that's coming out.
Secret stuff. Yes.
Okay. So what drives you?
So I think the most drives me is because I had a hardworking grandmother.
Okay.
So my grandmother took care of me. She adopted me when I was 6. So she instilled in me a good work ethic. I think that is the most thing that I want people to know about me. I don't care what you have to say about me. My work ethic is amazing.
Yes.
And I do everything for myself now. So I'm a reformed people pleaser.
Oh, reform.
Reform.
Okay. No longer. So are you a self-pleaser now?
Working
somewhat.
on
Okay, it's a step at a time, right?
So I've read a lot of. COVID helped me a lot.
Okay.
I slowed down, took some time, and I really honed in on who I am.
Okay.
So I was making everyone around me happy, but I wasn't happy.
Okay. And is that part of who you were made up to be? Is that part of...
I just saw my grandmother doing everything for everybody.
Oh,
and she
okay.
made it look so easy. So to me, I was like, this is what you do. This is how you live. My grandma takes care of everyone, and it looks effortless.
Oh.
So that's just, my love language outwards is words of affirmation and gift giving.
Okay.
So, I want you to know that, I saw this small detail about you, and I just wanted to, you've been working hard, or if you had a tough week or something, here's a little gift. Here's a, here's
That's
a little,
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but in my life, I was going overboard. My cup was running empty, and nobody was filling me up.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So my mother passed away right before COVID, November 2019.
Okay.
So I was going through a transition. I have a little brother. He's 23 now, and he's autistic. So he was going to come live with me. So I was just flying by the seat of my pants. I was bartending. I was working at a gym. I was working at Sephora. So I was just living the life. And so at 29, I never wanted to have children. So I was like, I'm going to get this 19-year-old kid. Where I don't do grocery shopping. I don't do this. I'm working in the bar until 5 a.m. So I was like, I have to get my life together. So I got my first corporate job.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did that. And again, as anyone knows me, I take work serious. So I was always at the top of the list, everything like that. So it was good, and it was eye-opening, but something was still missing. So I wasn't doing makeup then because nobody wanted, you don't have 5 people at your wedding.
Right.
Nobody wants to pay when no one's going to see their face.
Right.
So I just honed in on the corporate life. So working hard. My brother comes to live with me. So I'm just putting plans together. So I was like, I want to have a house by 2021.
Okay.
So I'm big on manifestation. So I'm writing my list on how I can get here, how I can make this life work for us. So I got my stuff together. I was at the top of the list and everything. So I contacted a realtor, and then by September, I had found a home.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
So you're very focused.
Yes, I'm there. When I put my mind to something, I might take a couple steps back, but I'm going to always go forward.
Yes, that's a great trait to have.
Thank you. So, I live behind Bossy. I have a nice home, and I was working in my corporate job, and I just wasn't happy. So at that time, I was just stretched thin. So I left my job at Sephora. So I think also during COVID, it was just a different climate of people. So it also hindered my love for makeup and such. So I was just kind of jaded by it all. So I decided last year that I wanted to get back into it. But then I noticed that, with TikTok and everything, the world of makeup has completely changed.
Right, because you can put a little filter on and you're beautiful.
Yes.
I need a filter out there.
So, look, and then the demand is different.
Uh-huh.
I want to look like X, Y, and Z. Well, babe.
That's not happening.
I can't do the Lord's work. I can do a lot, but I cannot do the Lord's work.
Yes.
So, I slowly got back into it. So I had a couple coworkers, have weddings. So I was like, I'll just get my toes wet.
Uh-huh.
So I did my first wedding back since 2020 in June.
Uh-huh.
Just very relaxed, 5 girls and a mother-in-law. So it just gave me that happiness back.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't under anyone else's, rule of thumb. It was my own.
You found your niche.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes. And the thing is like, I don't have TikTok. And I've never downloaded the app or anything like that. So, like, people are like, well, get on TikTok. You'll see these techniques and everything. And then I try these techniques, and it's just like, this is time consuming, and this is...
Right. Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm practicing on myself, and I'm like, Key, this isn't your style. So I always get discouraged. But then, like, I put it in my own work, and then it comes out better.
Yes. If you do it the way your heart is telling you, it usually turns out perfect.
Yes. So then I started my business page in August. Mm-hmm. So I started networking where I met you.
Yes.
So I met a girl, and she was getting married, and she booked me.
Okay.
So this was more of a professional. Like, I don't know her. This is completely business. So it taught me a lot of things. Uh-huh. So, but I was very, because I'm just a fly by the seat of, do what I do. So it taught me a lot of things. So it made me draw up a contract. Uh-huh. And then it made me invest more into myself. Okay. So I've been doing bridal expos and networking with a photographer locally. Mm-hmm. So it's just it feels right now. Good. So, like, with what I have coming out next year and where I want to be and what I want to see for myself, because in life, my dream would be to be a lawyer. Okay. But also, I don't want to work for someone else for forever. So you want to have your own firm? Yeah, I want to hone it all in. Okay. Because at the end of the day, people always, professional Kiera is a lot different than outside of work Kiera. Yeah. But I just don't want to lose that edge about me. Okay. I'm a fun person. I love to make people laugh. And at the end of the day, I just want to make you feel good about being around me. Right. And that's all. So in life, if I can help anyone, I'll do it. Okay. There's still that people pleaser in me. Yeah, well, that's not that. As long as you have enough, as long as you put on your mask first, it's fine to give out as much as you please. Yes. But you got to keep your oxygen mask on so you can help other people with theirs. For sure. And that's the thing, like, what drives me most is just, I want to give my brother a life. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't want anything to hinder him in life just because he has a stigma on him. Yeah. So, we're going to Aruba in January. Yay. We're going to a concert in February. Whatever I can do where he's having fulfillment as well, mm-hmm. I'm going to do that. Not only does my happiness drive me, but the happiness of my brother is at the forefront. That's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing. And I think that stigma on giving is a little bit, there's a balance, I think. Yeah. I think. And that's the thing, that some people don't have that balance. And I find myself, I'm always running low. And then once I started redirecting that towards myself, mm-hmm. that's when I got a different job, a better paying job. I have my beautiful home. I was able to put everything just started changing when I put that time into myself. Yes. So, yes. And I will, by the way, have Kiera's links below. So make sure you check out her links to get in touch with Kiera about makeup, about law, if you need a lawyer coming up. Hopefully. Not. Okay, so one more question. Okay. What advice would you give to our future generations? So like I said, for younger people, it's not a bad thing to be selfish at times. That's right. It's not a bad thing. So I think that give yourself some grace. If I was as hard on myself for all my failures, I would not be here today. People are, it truly is a true statement. You know, you don't look like what you've been through.
Yes, that's a great statement.
Yes. And so kids today, you know, I would tell them, or future people, that, you know, it's not a bad thing to have a 9 to 5. I know that a lot of things in social media make it seem like you got to be a mainstream, this, and this. It's not a bad thing to have a 9 to 5. It's not a bad thing to be an entrepreneur. It's not a bad thing to put time into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But also be conscious with your time, because you never know how much of it you have.
Right.
And I learned that early as well.
We are not guaranteed another moment.
No. And that's the thing, that my 20s were crazy. And I'm so thankful that I can just still smile through every day. And I try to treat people well. And it's come full circle that, you know, I'm putting in the work into myself, and it's showing outwards.
It does. It does naturally. It's the natural flow, I think, in my humble opinion.
Thank you. Yes, but I'm very happy, and yeah, and the thing is like, I also, you know, I've started mentoring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because God's been so good to me. I want to give that out.
Yes.
So if I can help anyone, or if anyone ever needs to talk to me, or, you know, I'm not a licensed therapist, but I'll always listen.
Yes.
Because I would rather you burn my ear up than to hear something terrible happen to you.
Yes.
So I would just tell kids nowadays that there's more people out there rooting for you than you think.
Great message. That's a great message. Hey, our tea bag messages for today. Mine says, nature teaches us harmony. Nature teaches us harmony. So, yes.
Mine says, many paths will lead you to the same destination. It doesn't matter how you get there. And that's true.
Yeah, that's perfect. True. The conversation we had, that just mingles right into what that. Tea bags are so amazing. Yes. Hey, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for coming to visit me today and having tea with me.
And come back anytime.
Yeah, and maybe you can do my makeup next time. Oh my gosh, I might need some makeup. It's not like I'm young and fresh anymore.
My goodness, you're beautiful.
Oh, I was fishing for that. I really was. So thank you, Kiera. Thank you. Hey, and thank you so much for joining us for yet another Tea Time with Denise. I'll be back here next week with another tea bag message. And remember, at Pink Elephant Celebrations, Pink Elephant Boutique, and Pink Elephant Meditation Studios, we believe in the power of positive energy.